The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Next on UMass Sports Insider, conference play is about to begin for the Minutemen football team, and we've got a preview of Saturday's MAC opener against one of the preseason favorites and highest scoring teams in the nation. And with the season about to begin this weekend, we talk hockey, where Coach Micheletto and his Minutemen are looking to move up the Hockey East ranks in what should be an exciting campaign on the ice. Plus, you'll meet a local cross-country standout who has emerged from relative obscurity to become one of the top distance runners on campus. On the starting line and ready to get off and running, UMass Sports Insider, here we go. It was a great way to start the McGurk Stadium schedule last Saturday for the Minutemen football team. A 10-point win over Florida International in a game that UMass dominated in every way, shape, and form. Now with a victory under its belt, Coach Whipple's squad heads to the Midwest to begin MAC play this weekend, visiting a Bowling Green team that boasts one of the top passing attacks in the country. It should be quite a shootout on Saturday afternoon. Hi there, welcome to UMass Sports Insider. I'm your host Josh Maurer. To preview the big game at Bowling Green, we're going to chat with two Minutemen players, each of whom had a career game last weekend against Florida International. Coach Whipple's coming up in a moment as well, but first, let's take a look back at the exciting highlights from a win against Florida International right here at McGurk Stadium.
Apple back to pass, looking long, he's got Michelle! And Michelle with some space, and the touchdown. Magoo, time elapsing, pocket collapsing, and a pile throws him down. Frohnapple looking, end zone, touchdown Minutemen, Tajay Sharp from 47 yards out. Got enough distance, and it's good.
Shotgun snap, Frohnapple, a three-step drop, throws a fade to the left side for Michelle, he makes the catch. He's in, foot in bounds, touchdown, Markin Michelle. Yes! For the first time as an FBS program is going to win a non-conference football game.
That's a good job, UMass. You already know it's UMass, baby. We back on the map. We back on the map.
Great work, great team win. Great job, defense. A lot of resolve after last week.
You guys persevered after 3 long weeks. We deserved more. But you went out and you got one today. And now, let's keep it rolling. Go! The MAC championship runs through Hammer. Yeah!
And we now welcome on head coach Mark Whipple. Congratulations on a great win last week, Coach, but you can't rest on your laurels because this Bowling Green team that you're going to face on Saturday, this is a tough opponent, one of the preseason favorites in the MAC, so this is quite a challenge for your team.
Yeah, it's a huge challenge. We had a really good win Saturday and a good team win. I thought all aspects we played pretty well. We've got some things to clean up, but then no rest for the weary because Bowling Green's probably the best team in the MAC. They've got 2 great wins against Maryland and Purdue, and their quarterback's back that didn't play last year is averaging over 400 yards passing. We got to go there. I think they've won 13 in a row against the MAC East Division team, so we've got to work cut out for us.
Well, let's talk about the offense. Coach Baber's team is known for high tempo. They get off so many plays, and they score a lot of points, obviously. A lot of it comes with the work from Matt Johnson you were talking about through the air. What makes their offense so difficult to defend against?
Well, the quarterback's a really good player. He'd led them to a bowl game the year before. In the MAC championship, then got hurt, and then they got great talent on the outside. Lewis is a tremendous player. The slot guys are really good. They can run the ball. So, I think red zone defense is going to be a real key for us. We got to try to hold them to field goals, and then we got to match them. So I expect probably the same kind of game as we had last year.
Well, let's look back to last week because there were some great things to reflect upon for your win at against Florida International. You win by 10, but statistically just absolutely dominated that contest. What got your team over the hump last week, do you think, Coach?
Well, we played hard on both sides of the ball, and obviously the defense I thought really stepped up. We're -2 in a turnover game, which usually means a loss. So I think that's what kept us maybe the disparity in the score could have been a little bit bigger, but we were just happy to win the game. I thought our guys felt like they had a monkey on their back, and hopefully we got it off. That just, you know, something bad was maybe going to happen like the Temple game, but we got through it, and it was really a joyous locker room and a great day for us.
You have quite a connection going with Blake Frohnapple and Tajay Sharp. I feel like we talk about it every week, but how can I not bring it up again after those two connected 15 times in the game last Saturday? How about that?
Yeah, both those guys are on the same page, and you know, we're trying to get Taj the ball as much as we can, and it's kind of what I've always done. And those guys are the ones that are doing it. The line did a really good job protecting Fro, and probably threw it a little bit more than we wanted to, but they were giving us some things one-on-one with Taj, and we'll take those all day.
Coach, reflect a little bit, if you would, on the non-conference schedule as a whole. You win one of the four, but the 3 losses come against teams that are all having great seasons. What did you think of the season's first month?
I like the last game the best. That's kind of what it is, you know, that we made some plays that I knew from the games that we had a good team, and now we just got to go out and prove it with some victories.
Well, Coach, best of luck this weekend. We're looking forward to it. Another fun shootout, perhaps, at Bowling Green.
Thanks. Good to see you again, Josh.
We're going to take a quick break here on UMass Sports Insider, but we're just getting going. Lots more still to come. And when we come back, we'll keep it on the gridiron and sit down with a wide receiver who brought in 2 touchdowns last week and a linebacker who's been playing both sides of the ball in recent games. Keep it right here.
It's football season, and that means excitement, thrills, and adventure. Enjoy friends and family VIP status when the Minutemen take to the field at Gillette Stadium. Be there Saturday, October 24th when we play Toledo. For just $80, you'll get 4 great seats, a $20 voucher to use any way you'd like in stadium, amazing local discounts, and free parking. Let the season begin with you. Call 866-UMasstix to get this exclusive deal and lock in your seats today.
A forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, focused on taking care of you and your family, providing freedom from worry everywhere you go. Mafre Insurance. A forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, providing friendly service with over 2,000 professionals taking care of you and your family. Mafre Insurance.
I'm getting ready to shop for school supplies, and I'm kind of super excited about it.
A number 2 pencil, it'll get you through the day. This is what you need.
Why didn't I get enough pencils?
Like, I'd open a pack of paper and I'd be like, it smells like learning.
Love that sound.
Oh, the future is now, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what I'm gonna get. This right here.
I am a student again, and I can do anything, and I have an agenda.
Leadership isn't given, it's earned, realized, accomplished, fulfilled, won. Leadership isn't given, it's taken.
We're back on UMass Sports Insider. The Minutemen football team opens MAC play this weekend, Saturday at Bowling Green. And we welcome on a couple of guys who had huge weeks in the win against Florida International last week. Linebacker John Robinson-Woodgett, wide receiver Mark and Michelle. Guys, thanks so much for coming on. Mark, and let me start with you. A career day against the Panthers. 2 touchdown catches. What was it like to click the way you did with Blake Frohnapple and, most importantly, get the win last week?
You know, it was a great team win. We went out there and executed, and Blake just had a great game. He was on point, and we just went out there and executed.
Well, the defense, John, that was a standout unit in that win on Saturday, and yourself included. At the linebacker spot, you made some huge plays. What made the defense so effective against FIU?
I think we just came out and we were physical all week. We were preaching that and having everyone swarm to the ball, everyone just doing their job.
you've been playing both ways recently. They've lined you up at fullback. I know there have been some injuries that have kind of necessitated that. How long had it been since you'd played fullback, and what brought that about?
I played fullback a little bit in high school, but coaches asked me to do it, and I'm just here to help the team however I can, so I said okay.
and there you go. So, Markin, let's talk about what's going on the offensive side of the ball. Thus far, you've seen the great connections with yourself and Tajay Sharp with Blake Fernapple. As you get into conference play, do you feel like the offense is clicking the way you would like it to at this point?
Oh yeah, definitely. We had our rough patches at the beginning of the season, but I feel like as the season goes on, we're progressing as an offense. I feel like I said before, the timing and routes and Blake knowing that we're going to be in our certain spots where we need to be at is definitely a work in progress, but we're getting better and better every week.
Well, let's talk about what's ahead, and it's a big challenge, especially for your defense on Saturday. Bowling Green, they run a ton of plays, it's high tempo, and they score a lot of points. I'm sure you remember last year's shootout here. What does it take to slow down Bowling Green?
I think just a good week of preparation. Going against our offense definitely is going to help us. They throw everything at us in practice, and again, we just got to be physical, and everyone got to do their assignment. We'll be all right.
How about the offense, Markin, for this week? To get a win to start MAC play would be huge. BG is one of the conference favorites. So what do you guys have to do to make it happen?
Just go out there and execute. Have trust in one another and play for the man next to you, and we'll do just fine.
I'll finish, and I'll throw this to each of you guys. Just coming off of a victory, does that give you that much more confidence going into this road game? Markin, you can start.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just knowing, because I feel like in the locker room we know our ability and we know what kind of team we are. So with this win, it definitely gives us momentum and motivation to go out there and just execute.
John, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Every week we just look at it, so we want to leave the week 1-0. So this week we're going first week in the conference play. We just want to go 1-0 this week and just get our season going.
And it would make quite a statement too. Yeah. Well, guys, congratulations on last week's win. Best of luck in Ohio this Saturday.
Thank you.
John Robinson-Woodgett and Markin Michelle. It's time for us to step away for a few. We got more UMass Sports Insider, and when we come back, we're talking hockey. The season on the ice is about to begin this weekend for the Minutemen, and before they head out to Colorado for the opener, we'll preview the squad with the head coach and the team captain. Lace up your skates. We'll be right back.
It's football season, and that means excitement, thrills, and adventure. Enjoy friends and family VIP status when your Minutemen take to the field at Gillette Stadium. Be there Saturday, October 24th when we play Toledo. For just $80, you'll get 4 great seats, a $20 voucher to use any way you'd like in stadium, amazing local discounts, and free parking. Let the season begin with you. Call 866-UMasstix to get this exclusive deal and lock in your seats today.
Welcome back to UMass Sports Insider. Believe it or not, the college hockey season gets underway this weekend. Time to talk about the Minutemen on the ice as we welcome in the team captain, Stephen Yacobelis, and the head coach, John Micheletto. Guys, it's great to have you with us. Coach, I'll start with you. The start of a new season I know brings excitement. What's it like to get things going this weekend out in Colorado?
Well, I know our guys have had a real urgency to get the season going. The preseason's always a little bit slow in the making, and the off-season was a good one for us. The guys came back in great shape, so I just have found that they have a real sense of purpose and an eagerness to show how good they can be this year.
Well, Stephen, you're a captain this year. What's it like to take on that leadership role?
It's definitely an honor. There's, like I said many times before, there's so many guys in this room on this team that could be wearing a letter, especially the C. So it's a good feeling. It's a really big honor, and I'm just really proud to wear it for sure.
Well, Coach, I think the story coming into the year is youth. You've got 9 freshmen on the roster, some very highly touted new players that you have suiting up for you. What do you do to try to mesh in all those new players early in a year?
Well, a lot of that responsibility comes on the shoulders of the returning guys and the older guys in particular, and Steven's done a great job along with Ben Gallagher and Shane Walsh, our 2 seniors, to really embrace the young guys. Once we get on the ice, it's about knowing the balance between coaching and overcoaching for some of the younger guys. And so far we've been really eager to see what the guys have to offer, and they've presented themselves very well.
Stephen, I know it was kind of an up and down season last year. What are the guys working on most to make that a different story here in this season, 2015-16?
Yeah, the biggest thing right from the start was to work on our effort day in and day out. Practice or game doesn't really matter. Just as long as the effort's there, I think the skill and the smarts will take over in the end. If we do that this year, we'll have a lot of success.
Coach, one of the big stories among the newcomers You've got 3 defensemen. These guys are NHL draft picks, highly touted guys coming in, and that should help the back end for you, huh?
Absolutely. We're expecting all 9 of our freshmen to have to contribute to varying levels. As you mentioned, Ivan Shukarov and William Lagesson, one drafted by Buffalo and the other by Edmonton, certainly come with a lot of credentials. Callum Fryer went to development camp with the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Carmine Buono was just recently named the Central Scouting's player to watch list. So certainly those guys all come, as Steven said, with a great skill set, and we're just trying to acclimate them to college hockey as quickly as possible.
What are your personal goals for this year, Steven?
You know, my personal goal, you know, wearing the C and being a leader with a bunch of other guys. And I think just for me to be a mentor to those guys and help them out and off the ice and on the ice. If I do that properly, I think the on-ice success will come.
I want to talk to each of you guys about the rigors of playing in Hockey East. It is arguably the hardest conference in the country to go through. You know it now well, each of you guys. What's it like to compete in that conference?
It's fun, it's exciting, it's fast. There's some big guys and a lot of skilled hockey players. Obviously, you see guys going to the NHL every year from this conference and from our team as well.
And Coach, I know Hockey East, it's going to be competitive top to bottom as always, right?
Well, you see year in, year out, and come the end of the season, how many of our teams vie for the national championship, make the tournament, get to the Frozen Four, and win it. So, as Steven said, you can't take a night off. You can't come in thinking that there's going to be any easier nights than another. You've got to make sure that you're focusing in shift to shift and period to period, or else it winds up being a long season. But it should be very exciting.
And the puck drops Friday night. You'll be out at Colorado College. Tell us a little bit about this trip you have coming up.
It's always good to get on the road, especially early in the season, a little bit of team bonding, kind of get away from the rigors of the everyday routine here on campus. It'll be cross country. We'll get in, try to acclimate to the altitude there, and expect the Colorado College to be very, very difficult to play against.
Well, guys, we wish you the best of luck getting the season going and all year long. Thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you very much.
Steven Iacobellis and John Micheletto. It's time for us to take one final break here on UMass Sports Insider. When we come back, we're going to hit the cross-country course and introduce you to a local product who's overcome some adversity to become one of the best runners on the team. We're back after this.
Leadership isn't given. It's earned. Realized. Accomplished. Fulfilled. Won. Leadership isn't given. It's taken.
Welcome back. It's the final segment here on UMass Sports Insider. Well, to be a distance runner takes a lot of intestinal fortitude. For one UMass standout on the cross-country team, he's had to overcome not only some health problems, but also being low man on the totem pole and is now excelling as one of the top performers on the squad. Let's meet Sam Conway. Sam, welcome. We also have your coach, Ken O'Brien, here with us. So it's been really a breakout season for you in cross-country this year. For those not familiar with the story, tell them a little bit about how you came to this point in your career here at UMass.
Well, I'm from right down the road in Wilbraham, so I always liked UMass. I grew up a UMass fan, went to a couple football games, checked out the campus, and I decided, you know, it was probably the best school for me. I had a pretty good freshman year, did a lot of mileage to get a base and get stronger, and then I actually ended up getting pneumonia, which kind of cut my freshman year short, which was a little disappointing, but you know, worked really hard to get back. Did a lot of running this summer, and you know, just having a year under my belt has made me a lot stronger, and I'm having a better season.
When you got sick last year, how difficult was that, and how hard was it to get back? You know, if you have pneumonia, sometimes it's hard to just walk down the street, let alone come back and then run cross-country races, I know.
Well, I mean, obviously right away it cut my season short, so had to take about 3 or 4 weeks off of absolutely nothing. No exercise, and that's definitely something that's really difficult when you're used to running 10, 12 miles a day. So, you know, I took some medicine, saw my doctors, and really just took care of that, let it heal 100%, and then started very slow with the mileage, about 20 miles, 30 miles a week, and then built all the ways up to 80 by the end of the summer. So it was a long process, but you know, I had my coaches and my teammates to help me through it. So.
And speaking of your coaches, Ken O'Brien, of course, is here with us. Talk about this young man, what he's A, had to overcome, and now B, what he's doing for you and the team on the course.
Yeah, Josh, it has been a great story. Sam was being a little bit understating his situation last year, because we all know what it's like when you're practicing all throughout your high school career, and then you get into your college days with a lot of a level of excitement. All of a sudden the rug is kind of pulled out from under you. It takes a guy with a lot of character, I think, to make sure that he handles that correctly. So he deserves a lot more credit than he's given himself. But at the same time, I know he'll take it.
Sam, let's talk about this season. You've broken out and become one of the team's most consistent performers. What has gone so well for you that's made you so successful?
A lot of strength training this summer, something new for me. You know, I really increased the amount of core work and work on my hips. It's great to, you know, adapt for a year in the program. And when you come back for a second year, you've done it before. So it's really, it's a lot of it's confidence and just being able to run with the guys on my team. We've got a great pack. I think that's been a big factor too.
Coach, take me to the mentality that you need to be successful in this sport. It's different than just about any other sport out there, isn't it?
Much of the work that you do, in most people's eyes, it's not as much fun as practices for any other sport that we have. You know, we're not kicking a ball around, we're not playing offense, we're not playing defense, but just to wind yourself up every day and run the amount of miles you need to run, in the weather conditions that you need to train that day, in shorts and a t-shirt, you know, cold weather, windy, running uphill, running downhill, changing paces, just, you know, basically busting your butt a lot for not a lot of glory, not a lot of people watching during practice, and certainly not even a lot of people at times watching during meets. You know, they know they don't need to get the adulation as long as they get the respect from their teammates and their opponents.
Well, Sam, best of luck continued this season. Happy for all your success. Coach, best of luck to your team as well as you get into some big meets.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
One final note for you this week. Before the men's soccer contest, Saturday afternoon at Redfield against St. Louis, the men's soccer program will be dedicating a plaque to the memory and honor of former head coach Sam Koch. Sam passed away last year after a battle with cancer. There will be program alumni, family, and friends in attendance. The game begins at 1 o'clock on Saturday, with the ceremony getting underway about 15 minutes beforehand. It's a great way to honor one of the best coaches in the history of UMass athletics, and we hope to see many of you at Redfield.
It's football season, and that means excitement, thrills, and adventure. Enjoy friends and family VIP status when the Minutemen take to the field at Gillette Stadium. Be there Saturday, October 24th when we play Toledo. For just $80, you'll get 4 great seats, a $20 voucher to use any way you'd like in stadium, amazing local discounts, and free parking. Let the season begin with you. Call 866-UMasstix to get this exclusive deal and lock in your seats today.
Forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, focused on taking care of you and your family, providing freedom from worry everywhere you go. Mafre Insurance, a forward-thinking insurance company with a global network, providing friendly service with over 2,000 professionals taking care of you and your family. Mafre Insurance.
I'm getting ready to shop for school supplies, and I'm kind of super excited about it.
A number 2 pencil. It'll get you through the day. This is what you need.
Why didn't I get enough pencils?
Like, I'd open a pack of paper, I'd be like, it smells like learning.
Love that sound.
Oh, the future is now, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what I'm going to get. This right here.
I am a student again, and I can do anything, and I have an agenda.
UMass men's cross country competes in the New England Championships this Saturday. Then later in the month, They'll go for the A10 title. Best of luck to Sam and the rest of his squad. And that's going to do it for this edition of UMass Sports Insider. We'll have another new episode next week as we get you set for a homecoming against Kent State at McGurk Stadium. Until then, have a great weekend. I'm Josh Maurer, and thanks so much for watching.